Hey, what's up, guys? Here's my review of We Bare Bears Episode 3 Food Truck. Now, I've never eaten at a food truck, but this episode is all about food trucks. And the bears are in a forest at some sort of food truck meetup or something. It seemed like some kind of meetup spot. And they're in line for something called a ramen taco. That just sounds bad. And the sad thing is that this is actually a thing. It's fried ramen with like meat and vegetables and other stuff that are in tacos. So like you have tomato, lettuce, probably sour cream. It's just like, how sick can you be to come up with this? Who eats this? This sounds like torture. Like, if we wanted to torture someone, this is what we should feed them. But I haven't tried it, but the bears didn't like it, so I don't know. After waiting in line for a long time, they get their food, and surprise, surprise, it's not good. They try to return it, but of course you can't return food, especially if you've already eaten it. And then they give the taco truck bad reviews. And I guess all the internet stuff in the show is something that I'll have to get used to. Today's youth, they're growing up with things like this. They're starting off with all this technology. And we kind of had to start with like Blackberries, flip phones, stuff even like Nokia. And now we're getting to the smartphones and all that. But they're born into the smartphones. Ice Bear is making them food back at the cave. And they get the idea to do their own food truck. I swear to God, I said trunk in the beginning of the review and I just kept going. I was just like, forget it, no one's gonna notice. Truck. Melvin, learn how to talk. Ice Bear, he just seems like a jack of all trades, as he's the only one working on the food truck and the one cooking the food. And I have to praise them for the music choices in this episode with the sort of rap slash hip hop sound at certain points in the episode. No one comes to their food truck after they announce it and everything. Like, everyone's watching, and then they're just like, they just start going to the other trucks. They don't even move. They just go back to the other trucks like they're already in line. They just turn around. And then the bears start to advertise, which doesn't really help either. Grizzly even tries to force people to eat like samples and everything. And then Panda's like me. It's like, hey, you want to try a calzone? Oh, okay. You're walking away. Thanks. I am so much like Panda. Panda's great. I love Panda. I sold food at my I'm sorry. My throat, whatever. Not my throat. Throat, yeah. Message. I swear to God, I should cut that out, but I'm not. I sold food at my high school's concession stand once, and it was fun with friends and everything, so I thought I would mention that because it kind of relates to this a little bit. Iceberg, he actually gets angry for once. He walks out and he starts growling. That's cool. I thought he was kind of emotionless. I'm glad we're seeing a little bit more of him. And then a raccoon comes to their food truck, and despite the $500 fine of feeding animals, they gladly accept. And the raccoon gives food to its family. Word spreads, and the entire forest of animals comes to get food, but that ruins services for the other food trucks and makes them lose business. And another thing that Panda does that I do is take a lot of pictures. Like he takes a picture of I believe after they get their first customer or something, and I take pictures of everything too. And then there's a scene where Grizzly is making it rain on Panda with the rap music going. I need a gif of that. Someone, please tell me there's a gif of that right now, because it's just like Grizzly's making it rain. Panda's doing the Dougie. Ice Bear is rolling in money. That's perfect. That's like they're having great material in the show already. I like this. It's always nice to have scenes from like TV shows and stuff that you want to look up later. I feel like that'll generate more interest in the show. And the animals, basically, they start going crazy and robbing people. And the food truck people and the bears are running from the animals on top of their trucks. And seriously, they're going from truck to truck fighting the animals with a smartphone camera. And I think Cartoon Network needs to make this an app. Like, they often take things from the shows and turn them into applications or like games on their websites. But people probably play apps more. So I would definitely say try to make that into the game. And then the episode ends with the phone on a low battery and Grizzly throwing it, which hits a skunk. And then the skunk sprays at everyone, and it sprays like a bomb. And that had me dying. I was laughing so hard at that. And then they get fined, and they're covered in tomato juice, and Grizzly tries to lick one of them. It's weird. There's a problem with a lot of Cartoon Network shows. They have a good episode, but it definitely could keep going for an hour. like a half hour or maybe up to an hour. I would say this episode could have kept going for like a half hour. I thought it was good. You know, I'd like to see more from the show, but I did enjoy this episode, and I think this might be the best episode so far. So I had to Google what a calzone was, and it's an Italian oven-filled pizza. I want to try one now because it looks pretty good. Thank you for watching my review of We Bare Bears episode 3. Check out We Bare Bears on Cartoon Network and my reviews of the first 6 episodes. My Facebook and Twitter are below. I'm Sir Mel Levin, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.